This beautiful pink stone here, called rose quartz, it's almost a translucent pink color, is the finest stone for the heart and the heart chakra, also known as the hermetic plexus. See, the heart chakra has two levels. It has a lower level and a higher level. The color for the lower level is green, which pertains to healing and inspiration. And the higher level of the fourth chakra, the color of it is pink, okay, which deals with love, unconditional love, and infinite peace. You know, when there is unconditional love, there is peace. Peace and love go together. Rose quartz is one of my favorite stones. I'm just fond of stones in the quartz family, and rose quartz is the word term quartz in the term rose quartz. Is a member of the quartz family along with amethyst, clear quartz, citrine, and it's a very powerful family of stones. Now, because rose quartz is pink, pink stones vibrate to the frequency of Venus. I'm a Taurus, astrologically speaking, Taurus by sun sign. That means that rose quartz is a great stone for individuals who are Taurus, but also individuals who are Libra, because Libra too is ruled by Venus. So rose quartz is a special stone for Taurus individuals and Libra individuals, because remember, we're dealing with Venus, and in astrology, Venus teaches us or shows us how we attract things, including love. Man, I could talk all day about rose quartz. It played a very significant role in my life in so many areas. That stone will help to ease, soothe, and heal heartache and pain. It will help to open up the heart, to help individuals become receptive to love. It will remind you that you are, in fact, lovable and therefore worthy and deserving of love. If you have forgotten that fact, that truth about yourself, rose quartz can and will help you to remember that. This is the stone of love, unconditional love, and infinite peace. Rose quartz is very instrumental in romance. If you are having great difficulty in attracting romance, rose quartz is the stone that you would turn to for help. You see, the crystals are merely tools for us. They simply remind us what we really already know, but may have forgotten, that we may have turned a blind eye to because of this crazy existence here in the matrix. You know, this crazy existence in the matrix makes us forget things, you know. It makes us forget that love is a birthright, you know. It makes us forget that freedom is a birthright. This matrix makes us forget a lot of things. So, because we forget a lot, we have to do a lot of remembering. And the crystals help us to remember, okay? Because a day comes when and where you don't really need crystals. You internalize the message, the lesson of the crystals. That day comes. Trust me, it does. Because back in the early 2000s, oh my goodness, man. I was dealing with hundreds upon hundreds of crystals, and I internalized the message, the lesson of most of those crystals. I mean, I've internalized them. And rose quartz, man, played a serious role in my life. You know, I went through a very bitter, very ugly divorce. in 2002 with my first wife. And that divorce, the aftermath of our separation, was ugly but very traumatizing to me on a heart level. And I'm thankful for it now. And a lot of it has to do with what I learned from the crystal rose quartz. Rose quartz taught me that I had to learn how to process pain without allowing my heart to shut down. Because a lot of time when it comes to heartache, we don't want to process the pain. We want to numb the pain. So we'll eat to numb the pain of heartache. We will drink booze. We will smoke weed. We'll go out and have sex with strangers, all in an attempt to numb the pain that we feel or experience from heartache, from a failed relationship with an individual that we love dearly. It can be very painful. And as a man, I'm not ashamed to talk about that. I think it would be more helpful if more men talked about their heartache and pain instead of trying to be all, man, screw her, man, I don't need her. You know what I'm saying? Hey, no, man, shit, man, please. No, get out of here with that. Get out of here with that, As men, we do a great job of hiding our true feelings, the true emotions of the heart. Always got to be tough. I ain't hurt. I'll miss her. I'll be somebody else. It's easy to talk like that when you are deluded, trying to pretend that you don't care, trying to pretend that you didn't love the woman. It's a bunch of crap. It's a bunch of crap. So I'm not ashamed to talk about my experience with heartache and pain, because as a Taurus, I love deep. It's like, boom, the heart opens up. True intimacy into me, I see. I open up and everything comes out. I'm a Scorpio ascendant too, so that whole love thing, that love act is very transformative, very intense. You see, that's why I have a personal policy predicated upon my essence, whereby I cannot be sexually intimate with a woman I do not love. And I don't care how beautiful or attractive, physically speaking, she is. I have to love. That's just how I am. So I'm a serial monogamous, which means that I invest in one woman in order to love at the erotic level. There are various levels of love. And that's just me, and it works for me. And I know that. Very important. I have a stellium, astrologically speaking, in the 7th house of partnerships and the opposite sex. So being in a relationship with the opposite sex means, for me, because of the stellium, I get a lot of life lessons out of that. You see, so relationships, and exclusively with women, for myself, is very important. So in 2002, man, that Piscean female, boom! Lights out, Djehuty Ma'at-ra, boom! See? And how was that able to happen? because wide open. You see, there's a lot of truth to the statement that we can only be hurt by the people that we truly love. Think about that, you know. I mean, you don't trip off of people that you don't love. It's, oh, psst, I don't care what you say. I ain't got no feelings for you. Psst. But for people that you love, that you have been through things with, when they say certain things or do certain things, boom! That's just how it goes. So in my case, I was just the end of a cycle that I go through every 10 years. And having Moon in Sagittarius, after a while, I bore of women if they don't grow. And I'm bold enough to move on. And I loved my ex-wife dearly. Treated her great, took care of her, provided for her, protected for her. She didn't have to work. I'm an old-fashioned type of dude. I mean, if a woman wants to work, she can. But you know, my woman doesn't have to work. It's her choice, you know. But you know, if I have it my way, she's at home. I think, especially in today's world, and this is my opinion, okay? Don't run with it. This is only for me. I just feel women are better off in the house, in the outer womb. It's safer there. It's less stress there. You know, well, I guess that's kind of dependent on the relationship, but I am speaking in terms of a balanced man. It's just a woman's base, and you know, she's free to do her. You know, be there for the children, maintain the home. I'm just old-fashioned like that. You know, women are happier at home than on some job, especially if they don't have to work. So a lot of women work jobs because they have to. You know, dudes are not there to carry their weight, so a lot of women have to. But I know a lot of women, if they were in the right situation or the right circumstance with the right man, they wouldn't have a problem staying at home. You know, now if you bored and you ain't got things to do, then you're gonna have a problem. But you know, if you got things to do, you know, even if you got like a little part-time job, a home-based business or something like that, you know, you just got something to do, you're artistic, what have you, then it's not going to be such a bad thing, you know. I think a lot of women think that being at home is a bad thing because they look at it in terms of not having anything to do. And I know some women who used to, you know, be stay-at-home girlfriends, wives, mothers, and it was a horrible situation. And a lot of that was a reflection of themselves, you know, having so much time on their hands and they just didn't know what to do with it. But for a woman who has a lot of time on her hands and got a lot going on intellectually, mentally, spiritually, it'll work for her. She'll make it work for her. But you know, I took care of this woman, did everything I was supposed to do. And I just came to the end of a cycle. You know, Moon in Sagittarius, I will bore of you. If you do not grow, and you don't put forth an effort to grow, you will get left behind. I met Richard Pryor's ex-wife, Flynn Pryor, through my friend Adafe Okurame. And she was at his apartment in Burbank one day. And I remember we talked for a few hours. And I'll never forget when she told me that. She said, "You will never have a wife, Djehuty." And I said, "Why, Flynn?" She said, "Because you grow too much. When a woman gets at a point when she's there with you, you're going to shock her and surprise her and talk about you moving to the next level. She just got there." And it was so funny, you know. And I wasn't as deep into astrology then as I am now. But she was so on the money, you know, describing Moon in Sagittarius. A woman has to keep up, you know. I'm a sun sign Taurus, ascendant Scorpio. And, good sex plays a role in keeping me happy and keeping me on the scene. I won't lie. But it's not enough. It's not. I mean, for me, it's the feeding of the spirit, the feeding of the soul. And if that's not nourished, that's not fed, I know me. I got to break away. I got to break away. My relationships are predicated upon growth, personal development. Past women, oh, he's a disciplinarian. He's strict. He's serious. Yeah. Just like I was talking to my dear sister tonight. I said, you gotta know what your Mars mean and what your sun sign mean as a woman. See, Mars dictate the boyfriend and your desires, your natural desires, including your sexual desires. Now, your sexual desires may not harmonize or coalesce with your sexual needs. See, you have desires and you have needs. And most people do not know how to coalesce them or cause them or allow them to coalesce, so they feel they have to choose. Do I follow my desires or do I follow my needs? When if you're smart, you make sure that you get both your desires and your needs satisfied. And if you're really smart, you make sure that your desires are also your needs, and that your needs are your desires. Mars denoting the boyfriend, and the sun denoting the man. Your Mars or your boyfriend is what you desire, and your sun or your husband is what you need in a man, you see. But at the same time, you cannot neglect a boyfriend by way of the husband, okay? The husband has to be the boyfriend and the husband. There's a time for him to be the boyfriend. That means do certain things that turns you on in your dating years. A lot of times when we date, we were dating for certain desires, not so much for our needs. If it turned into that, great. But if it didn't, well, I got sexual desires and he get the job done. Now, I mean, he may not be what I need, but he hit it real good, we got this sexual chemistry that's Mars, you see. And the needs and the husband, that's the sun. So women, to find out what you require in a boyfriend and a husband, turn to your sun sign and your Mars sign, okay? The Mars sign also deals with sexual energy, sexual desires. So the Mars dictates what your sexual desires are in a man, and preferably your husband. See, it all works together. It all works together. So I get back to the ex-wife. Is because I opened up to her. Like, boom. Each relationship is more intense, skillfully intense, more trusting, okay, more evolving, more mature. So, boom, I opened up. But I was being starved over here, and I had to make a painful decision. She was Pisces with Moon and Scorpio. And I saw the skillful side of Scorpio, which was beautiful. But then I saw the other side. Like, you leaving me? You turning me down? It was just vengeance. I mean, it was really the ugly side of Scorpio. And man, this woman just, boom, tucked my baby girl. And she was pregnant too. We separated like about a month after she got pregnant, because we had separated in October, got back together shortly thereafter, and by December it was pretty much over with. So it's like she came back within those 2 months, like just to get pregnant, you know. And so I went through a whole lot, and I've explained it in other videos. But I mean, it really just knocked the wind out of me. Just boom. You know, she was one of those women, man. Just, I'm gonna hurt you. I'm gonna get you. And people usually go through what you love to get you. You know, if the mafia didn't teach you anything else, people know how to get you when they know what you love. But it was cool though, you know, because I learned to process the pain without allowing my heart to shut down. Because before, I would curse women out, F them, delude myself, and things like that, you know. But this time around, I took the necessary time off, like nearly 4 years, to work on me, which was the second time I did it, okay? I went celibate solo from 93 to 97, did it again from late 2001, early 2002, all the way up until nearly 2006. And that second time around from 2005, I'm sorry, from 2002 to 2006, like December 2005, you know, almost a 4-year period. Man, I was transformed. I was at variance with the whole love thing, because it's like, man, it's like I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing as a man. Right now, I'm not perfect. You know, I am a disciplinarian, but I'm balanced from here. And what I mean by that is I allow women to have their freedom. I'm not one to say you can't wear this, you can't do this and that. But at the same time, I am one who will remind you to not go overboard, because people can get lazy. That means women can get lazy. So you can do certain things, but if it becomes habitual, then it's a problem. Because if you're doing a lot of things of a desired nature and you neglect things of a need nature, things that you need to be doing, if you neglect what you need to be doing because of some things that you desire to be doing, because what you desire to do may not necessarily be what you need to do, you see. So your desires may, you know, let me eat some chocolate, drink my wine, smoke my weed, whatever it may be. And that's cool, you doing your thing, if it's, you know, periodic, what have you. But then over here, you putting some knowledge in your head, you know what I'm saying? You're fasting and you're balanced. But if you just over here, you ain't gonna go nowhere. So I'm disciplined in that respect. You got some freedom, but I'm the type of cat, I'm most definitely gonna put my foot down when I see that you're neglecting a very vital aspect of your life. And I have a right to point that out because we're in a relationship together. You see, a lot of women don't really get what they need from a man in a relationship. Because a lot of time women will pick a dude who, as long as you giving him some sex, cooking his food, pretty much just taking care of him, he ain't gonna say nothing. He ain't gonna say, baby, you know, you smoking too much weed. You know, baby, you drinking a little bit too much alcohol. You know, baby, you know, you in the church too much. These cats ain't gonna say nothing. See, if there's a routine where he's getting slurped on, he getting all the head he wants, the coochie, the food, you know, he like Jody and Baby Boy. So as long as you serving him, he sits back, he don't give a damn what you do. Because he's fixated on what he's receiving. His desires. See, he ain't even dealing with his needs. So if he ain't dealing with his needs, he damn sure ain't gonna be dealing with your needs. You see? But keeping it real, a lot of women lose respect for those type of dudes. It's like, oh, I got you. You just here for the sex. You like the blowjob. You know, the food. You just, oh, I know how to get you. You see? But those type of dudes don't do it here. So if the conscious cats, and this ain't to say that conscious cats don't like getting slurped, you know, this don't mean that, you know, they don't like the coochie. No, men are men for the most part, you know what I'm saying? So conscious cats too, they like to get served, right? But at the same time, they know it's more to life than just that. And they not just gonna settle for that. You just can't be crazy and negligent, but oh, let me give him some head and everything is cool. I'm gonna give him a piece of ass and everything. No, no. You're putting on too much weight. You're putting on too much weight or waste. You're not mobile. You know, you're not, you're watching too much tail live vision. I don't see you studying. I don't see you meditating. Hell, you don't even pray no more. You know, your diet, you know, you're backsliding on your diet. You're eating a lot of this shrimp and a lot of this damn steak. You ain't doing your vegetarian, your vegan diet. You know, you're drinking more alcohol than water. So the conscious cat is like, yo. And say, that's a true helpmate. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times we get caught up. And it's a great thing to have somebody to like, now not physically, okay? Some of the dudes, that's right, got you, nah, that's just Djehuty Ma'at-ra being Djehuty. That goes for male or female. A lot of times you need someone that just, hey, wake up, get it. Okay? Like, what are you doing? Oh, God, you're right, baby. God, I've been drinking so much. I've been stressed, the job, and just, you're right, baby. Thank you so much, you know. Let's fast this weekend, you know. Or, baby, let's do such and such. You need that in a relationship. You need that in a mate. Men as well as women. When men are dropping the ball, you need that woman. Not a strong woman, but you need a woman, a balanced woman, to pull your coattail. And women, you need a balanced man to pull your coattail. So, 2002, man, I said, let me chill on this whole love thing here. And in 2003, that's when a lot of paranormal type things started happening to me. And I was about to get my lesson in love. That's where my ebook, The Love Manual, comes from. That experience from 2002 up into 2006. Man, that was a very pivotal point in my life. And I said no to love. No, I'm cool. I'm cool, man, because I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing, but it's not working out, man. I am not physically putting my hands on this woman. I'm not calling her out of her name. Above my breath sometimes, because there were times under my breath I cursed her out in my anger, which I still do to this day. See? But that's our secret, okay? But I did not call this woman out of her name, did not hit her, abuse her, cheat on her. None of that stuff. I'm Taurus, man. I'm loyal. I provide. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing. But see, it's deeper. It goes here. It goes here. So I'm doing all of that. And you may see all of that. But the problem lies deeper. You see, it's the fulfillment of the heart. Now, I'm doing my things to fulfill my heart, but you ain't doing things to fulfill your heart. And a lot of times the mistake women make is they neglect themselves to please a man. And then you end up displeasing him because you're not happy with yourself. So there's no way in the world he can be happy with you, at least truly or genuinely happy with you, if you ain't happy with your damn self. So you lose, neglecting yourself to please him, and then you end up displeasing him. And you would do better to please him if you would work on pleasing yourself and genuinely loving yourself. Because he would pick up on that energy. You see, nobody has to sacrifice. You see, and so that was so key. So that's what I went through with the ex-wife. She didn't have it in here. She was unhappy in here with herself. I found my niche and she didn't. So it's like, oh my God, he's leaving me, you know? And it's like, I got you and everything, but I can't stay with you if it's going to harm me and keep me back. Okay, I can't stay in our comfort zone. We had a great life. We used to watch movies together. I mean, me and this Pisces, now I do damn good with Pisces women. You know, I mean, I pretty much did good with all my women. But I mean, because you know, I'm a home type of cat, man. You know, fix me some good food. You know, fix it. Look here, give me some good food, some good music, good movies, good sex, and I'm good to go. Basic. I mean, that's in a nutshell. That's pretty basic there. Good food, music, movies, good sex. And then I like good sleep and good dreams, good night, you know, and good morning. That's my life, basically. It's very simple. That's why some people are like, Taurus is just boring. But no, Taurus don't act so much, man. And people who like that, they pretty, you know, grounded, pretty, you know, cut and dry. It's cool. But then again, I'm speaking as a Taurus, so I'm biased, right? So during that period, I just realized that, you know, she's not happy with herself within. And she projected that onto the relationship. And I was fulfilling my destiny, you know. I was becoming the herbalist that I am today. I mean, the doors open to our home and everybody was coming in, and that's when all the celebrities was coming on board. And I was getting all the attention, you know, and she was Pisces. She had to have that attention, man. Pisces, that's one thing about Pisces, boy. I'm talking Pisces female. As a man, I'm talking Pisces female. Men, those are some sensitive, needy, dependent women, especially when they're unskillful, operate from the unskillful. Boy, the attention they need will it will drain you. God damn, it's just, I need attention. Look at me, you know. Notice me. It's like, God damn. It was just too excessive. Real sensitive, you know. It's like walking on eggshells. You know, I mean, beautiful people, man. I mean, gosh, man, you know, you get a Piscean female in love, man. You talking about fantasies and the little girl and the fairy tale, man. The Pisces you can have a good time with a Pisces female, man, because they're ruled by Neptune. And so they're very imaginative, you know, and especially when it comes to romance, they're very imaginative, man, and that's some cool stuff, man. I mean, like I said, I had a damn good time with the Piscean female. When everything was cool, everything was cool. I mean, she was awesome. It was an awesome relationship, you know. But that relationship was nothing but a precursor to the ultimate one, you know. And you know, I found that out. I discovered that, you know. But getting back to her, as much as I loved her and did everything I was supposed to do, her unhappiness was just obviously detected by myself. And it created a funk that I just couldn't have in my space. So I knew it was best that she left that space. And she resented that. She didn't like that, you know. And, you know, she did what she did, and I got my lessons. And I said no to love for about a good year and a half. My astrology book would say, you are ready for love. My Sydney Omar Daily Astrology, you are ready for love. No, I'm not. I mean, everything supported it except for me. And so I was like, no, I'm not. So the astrology, the universe was like, all right, cool. It is, but you don't want it? So cool, you ain't got to have it. And I was saying no to love, man, for like 18, 20-something months. I remember one day my daily astrology said a past love is going to show an interest in you. She's going to, a past love is going to have interest in you again. And I remember going to my daughter's gymnastics school, and I remember her, the ex-wife, saying, can we talk? And we walked to her car. And I said, what do you want to talk about? And she was like, I want to talk about us getting back together. Now that messed me up there because I'm like, wait a minute. I read that in the daily astrology. I was like, man, you know. And there was a side of me that wanted to, but I had this personal policy whereby I couldn't backtrack. You know, I'm kind of messed up like that. You know what I'm saying? It's difficult. If I'm with you, I'm a Taurus, you know, so we're possessive, right? So if you my woman, I possess you. I can't deal with you being with another man. Because it just won't be the same anymore. It's like there was me, then another dude, then there was me. No, I got another dude in my space. I'm territorial. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no, it's me and you. That's it. I don't share with nothing, nobody. You're tainted. You got some other dude's energy up in there. And my stuff is, the Venus is the purity. So I get with a woman and it's just me and her. And it's pure. So when Djehuty Ma'at-ra is all up in her, you know what I'm saying? I'm in her essence. As Taurus, I can trust. I can open up. You see what I'm saying? That's my essence. I can recognize my essence. You sure do sound like a Taurus. But that's just me. That's just how I am. So it's like, you know, you kind of lean, you look at your children and you want to do things for them, but you got to be true to yourself. Like, nah, it's not for the right reasons. It's not for the right reasons. So, oh, you leaning because we had a good time and I miss you and I love you, but things are different now and I'm growing. And how do I know if you're growing? And so I was just like, wow, man, the daily astrology said it happened, but I didn't take the offer or accept the offer, and I just kept working on me. And while I was working on me, I was using this stone here, the rose quartz, man. I was using the rose quartz crystal. I was drinking half a gallon to a gallon of love water every day. You say, what is love water? Love water is water imbued with the energy of rose quartz. So basically my rose quartz is in a gallon of water, distilled water. It is set near a window exposed to sunlight, but more importantly, moonlight. More importantly, moonlight. And you're supposed to just drink an ounce or two. I'm a radical. I was drinking the whole damn gallon. I was just down in the love water. And let me tell you some people, there is no greater tranquilizer than love. I was drinking so much love water. I was sitting in this chair here, 204 East Lameda in Glendale, just blissed the hell out. Just calm. People come through and like, man, to who are you glowing? Like, man, you got this calm energy all around you, you know, and dudes were tripping because dude used to being on weed and being like that, you know, blissed out from the weed, right? But there was no marijuana with the Ma'at-ra. It was the love water. I was just, man, I began showing love to men for like the first time, you know, because with men, you know, it's just, you know, but the love water was, you know, you was just, you just beam love. And it was like, all right, my brother. You started embracing your brother and everything. And you didn't feel like you was a faggot or a homosexual or softy or what have you. You know, and I don't mean any disrespect in using those terms. I'm just making a point in my video. But, you know, you had love for men. It was okay, man. You know what I'm saying? For men to be affectionate, man. You know what I'm saying? Not in a sexual way, but, you know, just in a fraternal way. And a lot of times for men, we ain't like that. You know, so you know, it's, you know, but to be soft with it, man, is a little, you know. But when you start dealing with the high frequency of the love predicated upon the rose quartz, man, things change, man. I mean, you just, you know, I mean, and even the men are receptive to it, man. You know what I'm saying? The men's like, man, your energy, brother, is just good, brother. You know, it's a breath of fresh air for them, you know. But then with the females, oh, hell, it goes to, you know, the next level, the triple level. You know what I'm saying? It's the third power, the love. You know, because women, man, you know how the books say, you know, men are from Mars, women are from Venus. That love thing, man, because women be into that whole, I just want love and just love and just love. And I was counseling a lot of women during that time, and all the women, I just want to love, Djehuty. I just want to love. That women are big on that love thing. So when you got that love energy beaming from you, man, because you're balancing your chakra, I used to put a whole bunch of pink crystals on my chest, man. Rhodochrosite, rhodonite, pink aerosol, pink calcite, water tourmaline, all of the pink stones, man, which is, I mean, just, you could just feel it, man, just vibrating. And then here I am drinking the love water. I'm taking love baths. They used to have this little plant-based coloring that they no longer allow to be available in the United States, which is the norm. Anything good they ban, and everything bad, oh, it's legal. Here you go. But I was taking the love bath, and I was turning the water pink, and I had the pink stones in the tub, the tumble stones in the tub, with my sea salt, and I would burn my pink candle. I was doing my love ritual. And man, it was awesome, man. It was awesome. It was just so awesome. And you become about love. And see, Rose Quartz teaches you that you are lovable and that you have to first love yourself, because you cannot love another if you do not first love yourself. So all the love you receive in your life is nothing but the receiving of what you're sending out. So the love that comes your way is pursuant to a law predicated upon the love you send out. And that's a law there, you see. So working this ritual here, the love ritual, was just profound. I was taking love baths. I was, doing the work with my chakras, the 4 chakras. I was wearing a pink shirt again, which I got away from. I was working that pink energy, man. The pink energy is the love energy. It ain't no punk energy. It's not faggot energy. Yin energy is not negative, man. Yin does not make you weak. As a matter of fact, yin makes you strong, man. It makes you balanced. You got to learn to work with the yin, men, without getting stuck there. You got to learn to work with the yin. It's a beautiful thing. And I learned to embrace women, because when you're the Nation of Islam, they teach you not to hug the women. And I caught a lot of help from them. Give me my hug, and God, I don't care, give me my hug, and it was just an affectionate type thing, And I had to reprogram myself, because I'm no longer with that outfit, the Nation of Islam. So women, all right, bye Djehuty, and we would hug, man. And I was working the magic, because, I was dealing with a lot of women who were injured and things, so I learned to use my body as a vessel for healing. So when I hugged women, man, I consciously beamed love into them, and those women would feel that, man. It was times when we just, I remember my sister Brandy, she had came by, and, because we had a little situation, a little falling out, as brothers and sisters, would do. I consider her my little sister. And, Brandy's a deep little soul, little Aquarius woman. And one thing people don't know about, Brandy, everybody see the little girl Brandy. It's sitting in my room and all the little songs she made. But she got a little fiery side in her, you know what I'm saying? And that fiery side came out, and I got one in me too, and boom, And but about a month, 2 later, what have you, the love was just so strong, And she had came through. I had divorced a wife, and we recognized that our falling out was, just very traumatic on both of us, and we just embraced. And I was, just now getting into. I was just now getting into forgiveness and working on, the pride and just a whole bunch of other things, you know what I'm saying? And that started actually like in 2001, what have you, because I was part of a group called Conscious Minds. And so we was working on some things, but I wasn't deep into the whole love thing then, but I was into this whole, rising above emotion and forgiving and stuff like that. Even if I wasn't feeling 100, but it was, hey sis, I'm sorry, because I had a policy: if you crossed me, that was it, and I ain't calling you no more nothing. And Brandy was the bigger person in this picture, because Brandy called me like, look, man, why we tripping? Like, we had a falling out, and just, because before I'd be like, nah, you went there, you said this and that, and just, I'm done. And one thing I said about Brandy, Brandy was just really persistent. The sister recognized the value she had in me as a friend. And so it almost got to the point we kind of was like arguing about like, why we can't be friends after arguing. Because I'm like, I don't get down like that. It should never go there. But it did tighten the bond and it was more respect. But around that time I was dealing with the whole forgiveness type thing there. And so we just embraced. And I just remember giving her a hug. And again, this is before I really got deep into this whole love thing. But I just remember just it was just a tight, solid, like, you know what, I do love you and I do forgive you energy. And I just remember the reaction from that hug there, man, where she squeezed me, like she felt it, and it was just kind of like the precursor of what was to come later on when I consciously got into, emitting, and transmitting that love energy. So with Brandy was more like forgiveness type, but you are my sister and I love you. And then, about a year and a half or two later, it was, I don't have to forgive you because nothing happened, but I know that you're hurt on the heart level. I know you've been hurt because we had a consultation. You didn't tell me about your men and your last boyfriend and stuff. So when I would embrace and hug these women during that time, I consciously imbued like the love and just boom, here you go. I'm gonna leave some yang based love with you. Go and be healed. It's okay. Men are not the enemy. I consciously was doing that around 2004. Yeah, around 2004, 2005. And it changed my life, man. My relationship with women changed. As I said in another video, I made up my mind during that period to not hate black women and to not hate women at all, because I had this unskillful personal policy to condemn women when I was mad at them because the relationship didn't work out. I would curse them out, man. You would have thought you thought I was one of these, if women were, turning up murdered and abused and stuff, you'd have thought it was me, the anger that I had, like maybe it's Djehuty, because God damn, he sound like he hate women. Just pissed off because I couldn't have what I desired. So my words about women were never good or never positive after I broke up with a woman. And that's just being real. That's just where I was, just angry because I couldn't have what I desired. I desired them and had difficulty with them. So it's like, I'm not trying to understand you guys. You guys are crazy. F you. It just get the hell out and just, just crazy stuff, But, I matured and I got it and just let me work on me. And working on myself allowed me to fix the problem with the women. That's how I fixed it, by working on myself, And I'm going to tell you, man, this stone here, the rose quartz, man, working the love, man, the one day it clicked. It said, you are ready for love. And I have to go against the programming of saying no. It's like in that movie, Yes Man. Stop saying no and start saying yes. One day I woke up and said yes to love. And a door just opened up. Just miraculously opened up when I said yes. And so I was doing things that a lot of cats won't do. You know what I'm saying? Especially a lot of the Afrocentric brothers. They're not going to watch movies like Xanadu. Because that's what white people, that's Europeans. But I wasn't really watching because of my man Michael Beck and Olivia Newton-John. I was watching for the theme, have to believe in magic. Nothing can stand in our way, And so the muse, played by Olivia Newton-John, came into Michael Beck's life to remind him to not give up on love. Because it's easy for us to give up on it here in the Matrix, So it took this muse to inspire him. And Michael Beck got a new life because he was inspired by love. Love is a hell of inspiration, That's the theme of the movie Xanadu, Then I'm going to watch Michael with my girl Andy McDowell. I was always like a big, movie fan of Andy McDowell. And John Travolta, so Michael was a movie about love. And then When Harry Met Sally. And I'm watching all these movies about love. That was my ritual. That was, that's what I was doing back. I was just watching the movies dealing with love, taking the information in, and it was building up my trust in loving. It's okay to love. You got to take a risk, a reasonable risk, to end up at that point that you desire, which is, love, the love that you desire, the love that you thought you could never have. You see, and I'm listening to music, you know what I'm saying? I'm not listening to the crazy love song, but I'm listening to authentic, what I call, authentic love songs, constantly. I was working a love ritual, and I remember in January of 2005, and this is before I knew my wife, I went out and bought this beautiful moonstone and rose quartz necklace. And it had like the I Ching shape, the rose quartz part there at the bottom. And I remember the woman said, "Who is this for?" And I said, "This is for my wife." And I did not physically possess my wife at that time. That was in January of 2005. My wife didn't become my wife until September of 2005. And I didn't really know her like that. I spoke to her on the phone maybe one or two times and had no clue that she would be my wife, you see. But I went and bought that necklace in January, right there in Glendale. And then I remember about a year later, I saw her again. She said, "How does your wife like that necklace?" I said, "She loves it." And I told my wife, she's like, "Where did you get this from?" I said, "I bought this, in Glendale, like, several months ago, and I bought it for you." And I mean, we was working some magical type stuff. My wife was like, man, I'll have to do another video on that thing there. But you talking about fantasies and true romance and the stuff that just doesn't happen. That's the type of relationship we had, which was, I never experienced anything like that, man. It was, man, it was just really wild. But this stone here, man, I learned so much with this stone, and I would send her the stones, and she was in the Bay Area then, I was in Southern Cal, she was in Northern Cal, and programming the stone, and sending it to her, and like, what's the message and stuff. I mean, those are the type of things we were doing, man. I was doing stuff with her I never did before, man. It was just, profound. I worked a love corner. I was working a love magic, I didn't see my wife physically until June of 2005 when I went to the Bay Area to give a lecture, and she was in the audience, and I could look right in her eyes. Even to this day, I can look right into that woman's eyes and look right into her soul. And I said, that woman looking for something deep. Man, that's all I remember, just giving my lecture, and I could look at her eyes and say, she's looking for something, And I'm talking about at the soul level, man, because my wife got a lot of Scorpio on her, so she's very intense. And I saw that. I mean, it was just like that. And still didn't have an interest in her, and she didn't have an interest in me. This was in June. But our interactions and communications via email sped up. It just sped up, and then she just started revealing more and more and more. She's a Virgo, so Virgos are shy. They got to win your trust and everything before they just open up, and she just started opening up and up and up. And I just remember talking to her on the phone, and the more we talked, the more things just opened up, and I began to learn about her. And then, see, we go back to Xanadu here. It was a Sunday night, I was watching Xanadu. And the phone rang, and it was her. And we just started talking, and we started talking like we never talked before. Things got personal, of an intimate nature. She was very soft and feminine and everything. And what she was saying, her responses to a lot of my questions, sealed it for me. I'm like, she's for me. She's saying all the right thing. She's for me. And when I got off the phone that night with her, because I knew I was strong in my magic. I have to make a lot of videos to explain to you how I got strong in working my magic. Because I was getting everything I wanted, from the money, from the material thing. I had my children back. I mean, magic was working in every aspect of my life, And I was kind of dealing with like, oh, I should be angry at the world, man. Y'all told me to go to school, get a job, and this is all bullshit. And then I got the universe, and I got my love angels, and it's easy. This is easy, man. I mean, because I would have never pursued my wife because, she's high maintenance type of female. It was just so many things about her that the old me would have I would have shot myself in the foot like, oh, I can't hang with her. She's out of my league or what have you. But I was working on myself, and I just hit like another level of my existence. So I said, okay, we're going to work that magic there, We're going to work this law of attraction. We're going to work this love magic. We're going to work this mental science. And so I got off the phone with her, I wrote down a piece of paper, you know, Djehuty loves and desires Andrea as a wife. And to make sure that I was talking about me and her, I put our birth dates there. And I put it in a wicker basket, and I put a lot of pieces of rose quartz and other pink stones in it, a drop of dragon's blood, and I put it in my love corner. Okay, now I'll do another video on where your love corner is. I put it in there. Now, this is some real stuff here, and I'll do a separate video on it. That woman didn't have a clue that. See, when I found out she was single, because I thought she was with somebody, and I found out she just had a daughter and she was single. I was like, oh snap! I said, okay, she's for me, because I would never do work the magic on a woman who's in a relationship with another man. So I worked the magic. I said, oh, she's my wife. I did my love ritual, right? She was single, you know. So I said, she's mine. I desire her for a wife. And I'm telling you, people, without her knowing anything that I was doing there in that apartment in Glendale, in 2 weeks, out of nowhere, that woman said, Djehuty Ma'at-ra, I love you. And she said, I heard in spirit that you're my husband. I mean, the things, man, I experienced with this woman, man, was just, people don't talk about stuff like this because, you know, people just, you know, we went on a date, he was hot, I had the hots for her and this and that. Man, we talking about stuff of a higher nature, man, paranormal type stuff, man, you know. It was just mind-boggling. And in September, man, we knew we were married. We didn't even have to court, date. No, we knew we were husband and wife. And then when we came together in the flesh, we was consummating something that had already taken place in spiritual realm. Okay? True love, true unions really are made in heaven. The heavens. It's in the chart. It's in a chart, man. And I remember this Ayurvedic astrologer. His name was Ron. He told me, he said, man, this is a major relationship. He looked at my hand, you know, looked at this, the love sign here on the right hand. He looked at it. And he said, man, if you get with this woman here, he said, man, he told me emphatically, he said, listen, I'm going to tell you, if you get with this woman, you will never be able to leave that relationship. Never. I said, this sucker don't know who the hell he talking to. He said, I'm telling you, man. He said, if you do this, he said, this is your time to get out of it now. He said, I'm telling you, do this, you will never be able to get out of this relationship. It is do or die. I'm telling you. I was like, man. And I knew I was moving forward with her. But the dude was just so right. Because you're dealing with a sun sign Taurus and a moon sign Leo. So as far as husband and wife, it's a square. That means, you know, it's a lot of friction. But our friction does not exhaust us. It always rekindles our fire. You know, so my man Blaze Nathan really be on to it when he talks about how squares are not necessarily bad. You know, he's right about that, because in my relationship, like my wife and I, there are times but man, we just get stronger, man. You know, a lot of people, they would end the union. You hurt me, you said such and such, and you don't do what I want you to do, and they just, goodbye. And with us, man, you just got that, man. It's just some crazy. I have to do a separate video on it, man. But it's just been profound. It's been fun. It's been some serious challenges, you know. But the challenges make it worthwhile, man. I mean, to get over hurdles and get through things, you know. I mean, it really makes you mature, you know. It really do some things, you know. But even to this day, you got our reminder, rose quartz on the scene, you know. And there's another stone called sardonyx that I would talk about. Dealing with marriage, because sardonyx is the stone of marriage. But rose quartz helped me to open my heart. I learned to process the pain of heartache without allowing my heart to shut down. And I'm going to tell you something, people. I know a lot of people try to shut their heart down to protect themselves. No. It's not wise to do that. Because in order to receive, man, you got to be open to receive. So you close trying to protect yourself, but see, you want love and you're trying to protect yourself at the same time. See, if you want love, you have to open up, and you got to learn to discern. Okay, so certain people you got to know how to consciously shut down temporarily and then open up. You don't just shut down or protect. I'm protecting myself, and you know damn well you design a man. Can't be doing stuff like that. You know that's not healthy. It's not healthy at all. Okay, so you know people, it's so easy to say we've given up on love, but man, to give up on love is to give up on life itself, man. You know, it's. I mean, you're missing the lesson of pain. Pain is a sensor. Pain is a sensor. A sensor gives a message. It gives a message. In rose quartz, it's like the heart becomes a punching bag in order to balance itself out. It's like how you have a new punching bag, but it ain't broken in until it's punched on. Then it's primed. That's the same thing with the heart, man. The heart is twisted and turned and just hit all that stuff there, you know, to prime it. And when it's primed, man, look out. It's man, it's a beautiful thing, man. And then to truly make love, when you're in love, that's a whole different level, man. It's a whole different level. It's just a whole different level, man. Especially when you got two people on the same wavelength, the same level. It's powerful, man. You know, it's a relationship like how my parents had. You know, from the outside, people would never understand. You know, it's like our love is so protected that it's like it's this shield because other people will not sense or detect how we truly feel about each other. You know, a lot of people will think or sense or feel we're distant and we're so many things because we do so many things, but man, we have our times when we come together, man, and it's like we're great. You know, so it's one of those unions like, man, like what do they see in each other? You know, how do they stay together so long? You know what I'm saying? Man, we got this closed door chemistry, man, where it's just we recharge each other. You know what I'm saying? It's like I understand her, she understands me, and like the world, nobody else understands us. We understand ourselves, and it's like a mystery. It's like a lock, like click, and nobody can come in to our world. Nobody can like come in, but it's what works for us, and it's beautiful, you know. And it's like, yo, this is my soulmate, and to know it, man, that's some powerful stuff, you know. And I'm going on 7 years of marriage. And man, that's like my wife, I tell her too all the time, like, man, you are the most attractive woman that I've laid eyes on, you know, sexy too, you know, and for me, that's very important, you know. I mean, I love what I have in my marriage because as the years go by, it's like my wife becomes more attractive, more sexy. Because for a lot of men, the women put on weight, something the dudes kind of, the flame kind of dwindles. But like in my case, man, it just goes up. And I said, you know what? I'm so glad I chose that attribute in myself because I truly believe it is indemnification against divorce and affairs and things like that. You know, it's like I'm fond of this woman, cherish this woman, in love with this woman. You know, she's beautiful, she's sexy, she's seductive. I love so much about it. We're both Scorpio ascendants, you know, pretty much have the same natal chart, you know. You got 7 years of intimacy, so our auras are the same energy. You know, we produced 3 sons. We had like 3 sons in like 5 years, you know, so that moon and sun, a square, you know, it created some steam, you know, and they produced 3 little light workers in 5 years. Yeah, 5 years. It's just, you know, it's just awesome, man. And she's just a part of my life. You know, she's just a part of my life. There's a love there. You know, it's just fun. It's like my wife and I remind me of my mother and father, you know. Um, Also a square, you know. So Blaze he's on it, man. The squares, I mean, if you're not careful, they can burn out, they can exhaust you. But if not, it's gonna be some steam and some passion, man. And man, that steam and passion, man, is cool. I mean, you know, that's fuel, you know. But it's beautiful, people. I'll get ready and end here. Um, you know, I didn't want this is my first video over 1 hour. But man, I can talk all day about rose quartz and love. But I mean, you got a lot of other crystals out there too. Pink stones, rhodochrosite, rhodonite, you know, pink hirosol, pink jade, pink calcite or mangano, you know, morganite. Oh, those pink colored stones, man. You know, it's just powerful. You know, but to not be afraid to love is a damn good feeling. You know. And you know, on the flip side, to be loved is a damn good feeling. I've been loved for a very long time, but in 2011, 2012, it's at an all-time high. And you feel it, man, and it just melts you. You just melts. The love you receive from people, men, women, whites, black, Asians, humanity, man, just, and you feel it, man. And, I mean, love that's some powerful stuff, man. I mean, it's I'm gonna just tell you this, man. No matter what you're going through right now, I'm telling you, don't give up on love. Don't give up on love. See, love didn't hurt you. See, it was a human being, another person. So don't blame love for what a person did. Okay, love is innocent. Okay, love is innocent. Don't give up on love. Don't tell yourself that love don't live here anymore. Don't delude yourself like that. You know what I'm saying? And make sure you use good judgment. Learn to discern when you hook up. Okay, especially you women, because see, women, y'all be making decisions here. That's how y'all can get with the wrong dude. You know, you're locking it. Oh, hell, he's a drug dealer. He's this. He got 3 baby mamas and everything. But you know, this, you know, you make decisions with this. I know he sell dope. I know he went to jail. I know he got 3 baby mamas but you emotionally you connected, especially after the dude didn't hit. Because a lot of people are having sex first. You know what I'm saying? So the connection comes from the sex act. Now you connected to a cat that logically you know is no good for you. That's how a lot of women end up with no good dudes. Same thing with men, but not as much as with women who are naturally emotional, right, by nature. But I mean that's how it is, and that's how it goes, you know. But it's a beautiful dynamic, man. I mean, you know, I love it, man. Love is a beautiful thing. It's beautiful to be in love, man, and to have that security, to know that you know you're the only one for her, and vice versa. You know, that's some positive stuff. And when you got people around you, like man, Djehuty, man, it's like Andrea, love you, man. I ain't never been in a relationship where so many people around me could you know, especially I'm talking men. Like my best friends, it's like man, that girl love you, man. You know, it's dudes, man. You know, from like conversations, and especially once you work around, it's man, Djehuty, man, she love you, and I'm already know it's like you kind of speak it to the choir, you know, but it's just confirmation and everything, you know. And so it's a beautiful thing. So if you're in a relationship and it you know the flames may be kind of like dwindling, you can reverse that and get that flame. Whoosh, you can most definitely do that. You can always work the love magic. Now, I know I got to do another video. I got to do a lot of videos, man. You know, I mean, you know, people, man, I mean, like, my plan is to sit up in this apartment all day and just make videos, right? I mean, really, that's what I want to do. It's so challenging, man. I mean, with the universe and my angels as my witness, it's so challenging because you know, I'm volunteering my time, all of my time, but most of my time at D Health Store, you know, because it's a man. I am so glad, really, that sale is over with, you know, because it's crazy, man. I mean, just like, you know, I've been in business for 12 years and I've never seen orders, you know, it's just so many orders, so many phone calls, so many questions, so many inquiries, man. People coming to the store and it's like, God, man, I can't even explain like what's going on with the health store, man. It's like we are a rock group or something, man. And it's like we have this audience, what have you, and people feel the love and they come in and I mean, it's just so wild, you know. And man, it's like I'll be there from 8 or 9 to 10, all the way up to 12 midnight, you know. And it's cool, and I love doing what I do, you know. But I do know that I prefer to be here making these videos. And then when I'm talking about I'm gonna make this video, that I can just go ahead and do. I can end this video and do the other video, you know. But the people are on us, man. And you know, and the people, y'all be on D Health Store, man. Y'all be calling and stuff like that and asking questions. Can I speak to Djehuty? Or if you get Forrest or Gump on the phone, what have you, and man, it'd be 15, 20, 30 minutes. And you know, and it's like, man, people got job duties to do and everything. You know what I'm saying? It's like you took away 30 minutes of this dude time, and you know, out the day, out of 8, 9, 10 hours, you know, 2 or 3 is lost interacting with the people, because you know you don't really have a business that communicate with the people like you get at the health store, you know. So people don't be taking all that stuff into equation and everything, you know. I called and nobody picked up, and it's like, yo, we on the phone with other people. It's only a certain amount of phones, man. I'm not used to any business growing that goddamn fast, man. Madam Pamita told me like, boof. And I thought that, okay, well, hell, maybe 8 months, you know. But, I mean, just about a month and a half after I spoke to her, boop. And it's like, damn, you got 16 people. I mean, how you gonna have 16 people working in a 1,000 square foot building? It's crazy. You know, it just came out of nowhere, you know. And it's like, yo, people, like give D Health Store a break, man. I mean, you guys don't have a clue of what it's like over there, man. I mean, you know, I look around, I look at Nina, man. I look at the Rona, and everybody's on the phone and just talking, and the detox, and it's okay if you got herpes and you can heal, and you know, and it's like a hotline, you know, and it's like, you know, I mean, you know, they're set up to take order. You could do, you know, you can answer some inquiries and stuff, but it's wild, man. It is the inquiries. I mean, like the orders and yeah, PayPal orders and Zencar orders and phone orders, and people coming to the front of the store. You know, I mean, you know, it's just really, it's really wild, you know. But it's a great ride. Everybody enjoys it. I'm just saying here for y'all people watching this damn video, y'all ease the hell up on D Health Store. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there are times I look around, you got everybody in that office on the damn phone. You know what I'm saying? And then after those lights blink, after I think 4 or 5 calls, it just automatically go to voicemails, you know. And so you're hearing all these customer service reps saying, "Will you hold, please? Thank you for calling D Health. So will you hold, please? Will you hold?" It's like, God damn, you know. It's like, you know, I understand why corporations go to the prompt where they got computers talking. Thank you for calling such and such. To speak to Bob, press 1. To speak to Jan, press 2. You know, I'm really there now. I would, you know, I would never promote that, but I do understand the prompts and things like that, because, you know, talking to people, man, is whew, you know, and you know, there's a lot of people they're dealing with headaches now and stress and things. Just certain people who just call every day. It's like, you know, don't call. You just send a email or set up a consultation, and they just call back the next, like, didn't we just tell you, like, we are like busy, like, it's like, you know, it's like the people just have to, they're gonna have to just really get with it, because you'd be like, there are times you just ready to just fold it up like you fold a tent up and like, shit, I'm going home, God, this is too goddamn crazy. And you want to help people and things, and it's not a bad thing, it's just that people, man, the love, man, that people have at the health store. You know, I mean, man, you can call and get your inquiries answered. You questions on the products. You know, it's you know, you just don't have businesses like that, man. It's human. It's this. Men respond to women and people around the world. I mean, it's just wow, man. You just look at all these people, and it's just like, I have never witnessed anything like this, man. And I put that, man. I put that on Ernest and Bonnie Cooper, you know. I put that on Bertha Cooper, my grandmother. I have never in any of my years of business witnessed what the hell is going on with dhealthstore.com. I mean, it's like people, I saw it and I knew it, but not to this degree. I mean, 7 months, you know, you got 16 people up in that joint, man. 16, man, it is crazy, but it's beautiful, man. It's beautiful, man. You got all these races of people working together, and men and women. It's balanced with the yin and the yang. It's God, man. I mean, there are people. Oh, I'm so sorry, Djehuty, that you're not with D Herbs, that you guys broke up. And it's like, why are you sorry? Are you out of your fucking mind? Do you know what? Do you know what we're experiencing? You know what I'm saying? It's the love Quartz energy, man. Like, are you out of your freaking mind, man? I mean, you got people there, man, 12, 14, 16, 18 hours, man, and I mean, I ain't never been a part of something where everybody wants to be there, man. I mean, it's crazy. You've never seen this, man. It's on its way, man, to being one of those top 2 businesses, man, that really impacts the world. I mean, it really is, you know. I mean, it really is. And it's threatening to a lot of people and a lot of other businesses out there. And that's just too bad, because it's divine timing. It's just divine destiny, man. It's really wild, man. It's really wild. But, speaking, we're still dealing with Rose Quartz. Rose Quartz deals with love. And, man, everybody loved, man, that business, man. Everybody who's there. I mean, I have never seen it, man. I've never seen people volunteer so many hours. I've never seen people go hard and just give their all. I've never seen that. When I was in corporate America and the years I've been outside of it, I've never seen what I see at D Health Store. With the staff, just the dedication, the commitment. I've just never seen it, And again, I'm happy the damn sale is over with, man. I'm telling you, because those sales are just bedlam, They're just really bedlam. You get a lot of new people calling, and they feel the energy, And they'll keep you on the phone. You don't want to be rude and things, You're just giving a service that you can't really get hardly anymore in this society, If I walk into the front of the store, it's over. It's a wrap. I can't walk through to get something and go in the back. It's customers in the front of the store, and they know you, and so you oblige them and things. But we lose a lot of time, or exhaust or expend a lot goes on customer service. Nobody really gets to do a shift or perform what they need to perform because of helping people. That's one thing they do is help people, and it takes a lot of time. And you know what? Those people are good. Veronica, Arona, Nina, Anoush. I mean, these people are good. Forrest, Todd, Corey, Andrea. I mean, it's just awesome. So it's you guys just lighten the hell up, man. I mean, it's I know it's 16 people, but you're just dealing with people from all over the United States, all over the world, and everybody wants their time. Hell, I'd be there picking up the phone, and I guess I'm gonna go ahead and give public notice in this video here. It's starting February 1st. Djehuty Ma'at-ra will not, be answering phones. I will only do that to help out in customer service issues, and if I feel like it, because it's gotten like too wild, and I'm unwilling and unable to handle it. I move too fast. I got too much to do. I'd rather be making videos. I'm moving. I'm moving, and I like to talk to people when I have the time, because I don't like to be abrupt. But it's changed my life. It's changed my life. It's not the same anymore. I'm losing the ability to walk down the street. I'm losing the ability to go into Whole Foods, in and out. It's hey, excuse me, Mr. Djehuty, and it's like I just really want to be in and out. But of course, these are the people who believe in you and purchase the product and thing, So, you always, how you doing and what have you. But people just don't know how to regulate themselves. They know you're busy. I know you're busy. You do? Oh, okay. Then how come you hold me for 30 minutes if you know how busy I am, you know? But I understand, you know, the respect and the admiration and the love. And I'm thankful and appreciative. But, you know, just lighten up until they hire some more people. Man, I've never seen such exponential growth. But I'll tell you, this plays a large role, man. You got the ultimate staff, and it's predicated upon love. They love being there. They love helping people. Love is the key thing, man. Love is the key thing.